Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Okay, please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Chaz.
Thank you. As I said before, my name is Chaz, and I'm an alcoholic and an addict. I have a little bit more time than I thought I did, so now I've got to rethink this whole thing. But I still don't have a lot of time, and so I don't want to go into a big drunk-a-log. But I definitely qualify to be here. As I said, I drank and I used a lot. And basically turned into kind of the Walking Dead. The difference between me clean and sober and not is just so tremendous. And it took me a long time to get this this year. It took me 5 years to get this year. And it's great. It's just a great feeling. I think my bottom was more of an emotional bottom. I was lucky I didn't have to lose everything. I just lost my soul. And I did things that I thought I would never do. I turned into, as I said before, probably the biggest liar in the universe. And I've always prided myself on being an honest and ethical person, and yet put alcohol and drugs into my system, and man, I will look you square in the eye. I've done it. I did it with my best friend, looked her square in the eye and said, nope, I'm not on anything. You know, it's amazing how we can do that. And it makes me feel good to know that after doing that, you can still come back and you can, you know, start to get time and to really take advantage and work this program. And that's what I've done in this last year. This last month has been one of the craziest, most difficult months that I've had to go through in a very long time. And at the end of my drinking, I remember having a conversation with my best friend Stacy, who's here tonight, and I was so hopeless and depressed and just saw nothing to live for. And we were talking about this, and the only thing I could come up with to live for was my cat Stinky. And Stinky was my best friend and saved my life. She kept me alive. When I couldn't live for myself anymore, I could live for her. And she got diagnosed a month ago with advanced heart disease, and she died yesterday. And I'm still sober. And it's really hard, but with this program and with the support of the people in my life, my friends and recovery sisters and AA, the last thing I want to do is drink or use. and I'm very, very clear about that. It's interesting because grief, the death of a loved one, was what made me start drinking and using in the first place. I'm kind of a little bit different than a lot of people. I didn't start at a young age. I didn't start drinking and using until I was 25, 26, and lost my partner at that time to cancer. And so death just kicked my ass and kicked it for 10 years. And so I'm very clear at this point that I'm not going to let that happen, and I'm going to go through and feel the things that I need to feel and do the things that I need to do. And for me, early recovery is really about feelings and taking it easy on myself. I mean, the easy does it. It's such a cliche, but for me, it's something I have to constantly tell myself. So many of my friends in the program have a lot of time, and I look at their lives with just envy because I see the peace and the serenity and the lack of fear, and you know, I want that so bad. And the responsibility, and, you know, just all these people whose lives are really together, and mine's not yet. It's a lot more together, you know, a lot more together. But it's, you know, it's not where I hope it will be someday. And so it's really easy to compare. And, you know, to wonder when those changes are going to take place. You know, when one of your closest friends is Lila, you got a lot to aspire to. And so I'm constantly telling myself, you know, easy does it, easy does it. To be gentle with myself. I have a real tendency to beat myself up. And I'm not doing that as much now. And, you know, that feels really good. One thing that I've done a lot in this last year to maintain my sobriety. I mean, I have worked hard, and I think that you have to work hard in this program. The saying of half measures avail us nothing, I think, is absolutely true. I talk to my sponsor every day. I go to meetings all the time. I have commitments. And I've already gone through the 12 steps, and I'm now back around onto the third step. And the steps, for me, make a huge, huge difference. And also, my higher power and spirituality in my life makes a huge difference. You know, I pray every day. I've prayed every day since I got the desire to finally do something about my recovery. And I've prayed every day since then. And, you know, it makes me feel really good. I haven't really gotten to the meditation part that much yet, but I will. But just, you know, living in gratitude and asking from guidance from my higher power, and, you know, and then diligently working the steps with my sponsor has, you know, made really a tremendous difference. Still have time. You know, for me, when I was out there, like I said, I was really just like a zombie. And for me, drinking and using represents death. It represents isolation. It represents the smallest little tiny world that I can think of. You know, it's a world that was in my room by myself, having no desire to do anything that would make me leave my room. And I feel so grateful and lucky because recovery to me equals living a life and having friends and doing social things and working and playing and being a part of society again, being a part of the world, reconnecting, I feel grateful in a way that I was never one of those kind of social drinkers, party drinkers, because, I didn't have to get rid of any of my friends. And and I didn't have to relearn how to be social without a drink in my hand. To me, being out with a cup of coffee in my hand is, a million times more social and more connected than I ever was drinking and using. I really love this program because I love the idea of connecting with people that, A, you don't even know, that you can go anywhere in the world and feel at home and feel like you have a family. And I love the idea that we're all working towards this common goal. And I think at the beginning it's sobriety, but I think pretty soon it turns into this quest for spirituality, for living a better, higher, ethical, spiritual existence. And, we're so lucky that we get to come someplace and do that together. And, it's great to just stand up here and to look at everybody and to know that I'm not alone and that, we're in this thing together and that it's such a positive, righteous goal and dream we all have. And for the first time, I'm really excited about life. And as difficult as it's been, I still have a lot of hope and faith. And, for the first time, I look forward to what tomorrow has with so much less fear than I ever have in my life. And it's a kind of a nervous, excited feeling that I know that whatever comes around the corner, I'm going to be able to deal with. I'm going to have the opportunity to feel my emotions, which I haven't done in a really long time. And it's hard, and I'm not very good at it yet. But, I know that when I was covering up things, they weren't going away. They were just festering, and I wasn't able to get past anything. And now, feeling things and experiencing things and muddling through all the feelings I have, I know that, no matter what comes up, I can get through it. I can go through whatever feeling process, emotional process I need to: grief, anger, love, disappointment, sadness. And, that's really exciting to me because I tried for so long to feel nothing. And feelings aren't so scary. I made them out to be a lot scarier than they actually are. And so it's nice to be able to have an excitement about just going through the normal emotional process that everybody does in life. For the newcomers, this program works. This is a wonderful program. It's the only place that I've ever been to where you can walk into a room of however many, 50, 100 people and be loved by 50 or 100 people that haven't even met you yet. It's amazing. Please keep coming back. Thank you.
I think we got a great talk going on here. Thanks for watching the channel. Taper Dave here. Just curious, do you think this is better than Zoom? Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone, through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst and one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, oop, out, in, up, down, and then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. I don't know if that shows up. The gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right. But I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.